Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Automotive Insight. Today we've got a 2019 Toyota Rav4. During the inspection on it, we noticed that the left rear shock was leaking, so we're going to replace both the rear shocks. The reason that we wanted to make a video on this is because there's a much easier way to do it than what the repair manual instructions are. So, let's get to it. So we'll get started by taking our wheels off. They're 21s. And this is our shock in question. So let's get to it. So I'm going to start just by getting things broken loose. These two are 17s. All right, next we'll get working on our lower, the nuts for the shocks. They are 22s. All right, this section is where we differ from the repair manual. The repair manual has you taking off this control arm. You don't have to do that. What you can do is you can put a 12 millimeter on here, and they're pretty tight, but you can eventually get them broke loose, and you can see that whole anchor pin is going to come out too. Now before you take this out, if you're doing this on the ground, put a jack under here. I just wanted to make sure that I could get it broke free. I'm going to get a dead man and stick it under here. And we'll take this the rest of the way out because this is the only thing holding your spring on. So let me go get a dead man, and I'll break the other one loose, and then we'll keep going. All right, now that we got our assembly supported, we'll go ahead and take this all the way out. Alright, that's good enough. Now we can come up top and we'll finish taking our 17s out. We'll take our top cover off. This might spin, and the rod might spin. We'll see. Yeah. Alright, so since this thing is stuck, there's a couple ways you can go about getting it out. What I do is I just put a 17, one that's kind of offset like that, on the nut. And then this is a 6 millimeter here. And there you have it. Alright, so we're going to go back in with it. Here is your Toyota part number. These are, if you can find them, they're Takiko. I'm pretty sure these are the ones that are originally blue in the older ones. Make sure that your bump stop down there doesn't fall out when you take it apart. Get our new one back in. We'll see if this one will play nice going back together. And it does. Let me go grab torque specs on that, and we'll get back to it. Alright, we got it torqued down. We'll put our cap back on. And before you get too carried away, make sure that you put your new one, not your new one, but you put your anchor pin back in. We're going to go the exact opposite of how we took it out. Getting it started, the thread started back in, is the only difficult part about doing it like this. But it still beats the heck out of taking the control arm off and then having to do an alignment on it. So we'll go ahead and get our upper ones snug down. We'll come back and torque those in a minute. I'm going to let my pole jack down. We'll put our nut and washer back on. Alright, let me go grab the torque specs and I'll come back with you. Alright, other side's the exact same way, so I'm just going to speed through this one real quick. I neglected to mention that if you get actual Toyota parts, these aren't lock nuts, but they do have a nylon, that blue stuff in there. So keep that in mind. Well, all right, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. So hopefully this helped you be able to do this job faster. The repair manual actually has you take both of those arms off on the back, the trailing arm and the arm that has the spring on it. There's just no reason to do that unless you live in like the Rust Belt where maybe that anchor pin thing is stuck. I can't find torque specs for that thing. I'm sure somewhere in Toyota literature it's buried in there what it is. I just put it tight, given that that's not a part of the officially licensed repair procedure. I don't know what it is, but they're pretty tight coming off, so I just kind of put them what it roughly feels like going back on with it. So anyway, parts and labor breakdown. Parts, they vary a lot between KYBs are fine. Some of these have yellow Bilsteins on them. Those are Takiko. If you can, I don't know if I've ever had any luck finding those online, but if you get them through Toyota, that's what they'll be. But they range anywhere between $75 and $180 a piece. Labor's the big one. According to AllData, the labor time is 3.4 hours plus an alignment. But you got to bear in mind that it has you taking all the control arms and stuff off of it. And so technically, if you did that and you did an alignment, you would technically have to do a 0-point calibration afterwards too. So the labor is really screwed up if you do it the way that Toyota wants you to do it. But I just don't see any reason to do that. Hopefully I'll save at least some other Toyota techs, or even just some other techs, a bunch of headache from taking all that extra stuff off of it. That's the way I've always done it, and it always works just fine. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap the video up for today. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up from you. Let us know what you think down in the comment section. We have new content for you every single week, so consider subscribing to the channel. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Pick you up at 8. You probably won't be